let it rain. Let your love rain down on me. Let it rain, let it rain, let it rain, rain, rain. My life was like a desert flower burning in the sun, until I found the way to love was harder said than done. Let it rain, let it rain, let your love rain down on me. Let it rain, let it rain, let it rain, rain, rain. How I know the secret, there is nothing that I lack. If I give my love to you, you surely give it back. Let it rain, let it rain, let your love rain down on me. Let it rain, let it rain, let it rain, rain, rain. Let it rain, let it rain, let your love rain down on me. Let it rain, let it rain, let it rain, rain, rain. loving you weather, weather. Times are good and bad, happy or sad. Ooh, ooh, yeah. Well, the times are good and bad, happy or sad. Why somebody, why people break up? Oh, and turn around and make up. I just came to see you'd never do that to me, would you, baby? Spinning around you is all I see. Is what I want to do. We ought to stay together. don't let it change a thing that you're doing. Hold your head up, hold your head up, hold your head up, hold your head high, hold your head up, hold your head up, hold your head up, hold your head high. And if they stare, just let them burn their eyes on you moving. And if they shout, don't let it change a thing that you're doing. Hold your head up, hold your head up, hold your head up, hold your head up. Oh, girl, I'd be in trouble if you left me now. 'Cause I don't know where to look for love. I just don't know how. Oh, girl, how I depend on you to give me love when I need it. Right on time, you would always be. All my friends call me a fool. place, the backstabbers. Backstabbers, they smiling in your face. All the time they wanna take your place, the backstabbers. Backstabbers. All you fellas who have someone and you really care, yeah, yeah. Then it's all of you fellas who better beware, yeah, yeah. Somebody's out to get your lady. A few of your buddies, they sure look shady. The blades are long, clutched tight in their fists, aiming straight at your back, and I don't think they'll miss. What they do? They smile in your face. All the time they wanna take your place, the backstabbers. Backstabbers. I keep getting all these visits from my friends, yeah, what they doing to me? They come to my house again and again and again and again, yeah. So are they there to see my woman? I don't even be home, but they just keep on coming. What can I do to get on the right track? I wish they'd take some of these knives out my back. What they do? They smile in your face. All the time they wanna take your place, the backstabbers. Backstabbers. Low down, dirty. What they do? Smiling in your face. Smiling faces, smiling faces. Sometimes they're smiling in your face. I don't mean no down dirty lies. Smiling down, 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 down. Might be your neighbor, your next door neighbor, yeah. She packed my bags last night, pre-flight. 0 hour, 9 a.m. And I'm gonna be high as a kite by then. I miss the earth so much, I miss my wife. It's lonely out in space on such a timeless flight. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time till touchdown brings me round again to find I'm not the man they think I am at home. Oh no, 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 I'm a rocket man, burning out his fuse out there alone. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time till touchdown brings me round again to find I'm not the man they think I am at home. Oh no, 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 I'm a rocket man, burning out his fuse out there alone. Mars ain't the kind of place to raise your kids.
Bienvenido a la ceremonia de graduación y entrega de rosas de la Escuela Secundaria Centenio. Hola, soy Hugo González, soy un 10 y me siento bendecido por estar aquí. Es un placer para mí abrir nuestra ceremonia esta noche y representar a la clase 2025. Estamos orgullosos de nuestros logros y nos sentimos honrados de que estén aquí esta noche para compartir esto con nosotros. Primero nos gustaría dar la bienvenida a nuestros compañeros graduados, amigos, familiares, Doc, nuestra directora, y maestros de Centenio. También agradecemos enormemente a los representantes de la Junta de Educación presente, Christian Draper, Jessica Zamora, Scott Schoenbauer y Jim Brokish. Gracias también al Dr. Dwayne Schmitz, director de Eficacia Institucional, y Bud Hunt, director de Tecnología, por estar aquí esta noche. Y finalmente, un agradecimiento especial al superintendente Brian Kingsley y la superintendente asistente doctora Julie Chaplin por estar aquí esta noche. Una vez más, bienvenidos todos a la ceremonia de graduación y entrega de rosas de clase 2025 de la Escuela Secundaria Centenio. Welcome to Centennial High School's graduation rose ceremony. Hello, my name is Hugo Gonzalez. I am a 10 and I am feeling blessed. It is my pleasure to open our ceremony this afternoon and represent the class of 2025. We are proud of our achievement and are honored that you are here today to share with us. First, we would like to welcome fellow graduates, friends, family, Doc, our principal, and the Centennial staff. Also, a huge thanks goes to representatives of the Board of Education in attendance, Christian Draper, Jessica Zamora, Scott Schoenbauer, and Jim Brokish. Thank you also to Dr. Dwayne Schmitz, the Chief Institutional Effectiveness Officer, and Bud Hunt, the Chief Technology Officer, for being here this afternoon. And finally, a special thanks to Superintendent Brian Kingsley and Assistant Superintendent Dr. Julie Chaplin for being here today. Once again, welcome everyone to the Centennial High School Class 2025 graduation ceremony. And now, please rise and join Sarah Click, Centennial School Resource Officer, in the singing of the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Good afternoon. My name is Alexis Garcia. Each year, this poem is read as a tradition at the Centennial High School Rose Ceremony. We all know there are many ways to interpret any poem. We think this poem fits because Centennial is an alternative high school. We take pride at Centennial for doing things a little differently, finding the road to success by looking inside ourselves to make changes and using alternative routes for academics.
Buenas tardes, mi nombre es Fernando González. Cada año este poema se lee como una tradición en la ceremonia de rosas de la Escuela Secundaria Centennial. Todos sabemos que hay muchas maneras de interpretar cualquier poema. Creemos que este poema encaja porque Centennial es una escuela secundaria alternativa. En Centennial nos enorgullecemos de hacer las cosas de manera poco diferente. Encontrar el camino hacia el éxito mirando dentro de nosotros mismos para hacer cambios y utilizar rutas alternativas para las materias académicas.
And as a graduate myself, I can say I took the road less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. I made a choice to enroll in a school that is unlike any other. We definitely follow a different road at CHS.
Y como graduado puedo decir que tomé el camino menos transitado y eso es lo que marcó la diferencia. Tomé la decisión de inscribirme a una escuela que no parece a ninguna otra. Definitivamente seguimos un camino diferente en Centennial High School.
I would like to introduce my classmates, Michael Wermis and Helen Avalos Fuentes, who will be reading the Robert Frost poem, The Road Not Taken.
The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. 2 roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both and be one traveler. Long I stood and looked down one as far as I could to where it bent in the undergrowth, then took the other as just as fair and having perhaps a better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear, though as for that the passing there had worn them really about the same. And both that morning equally lay, and leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day. Yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence. 2 roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference.
El camino no elegido. 2 caminos se bifurcaban en un bosque amarillo y apenado por no poder tomar los dos. Siendo un viajero solo, largo tiempo estuve de pie, mirando uno de ellos tan lejos como pude, hasta donde se perdía en la espesura. Entonces tomé el otro imparcialmente y habiendo tenido quizás la lección acertada, pues era tupido y requería uso. Aunque en cuanto a lo que vi allí, hubiera elegido cualquiera de los dos, y ambos esa mañana yacían igualmente, o había guardado aquel primero para otro día. Aún sabiendo el modo en que las cosas cambian, aún sabiendo el modo en que las cosas siguen adelante, dudé si debía haber regresado sobre mis pasos. Debo estar diciendo esto con un suspiro. De aquí a la eternidad, 2 caminos se bifurcaban en un bosque y yo tomé el menos transitado. Y eso hizo toda la diferencia.
My name is Fernando Gonzalez, and I am blessed to have been chosen to stand here before you today on this day of celebration, reflection, and most importantly, gratitude. It marks the end of one journey and the exciting start of another. It's hard to believe how far we've come, overcoming challenges, embracing new ideas, and shaping our futures together. I'm beyond grateful to stand before you today and celebrate this moment with all of you. Most of us didn't come to Centennial as freshmen, and we've all tried to give the big name high schools a try, and for all kinds of reasons, they just didn't cut it for any of us. We all had doubts about graduating. We've all had that thought in our mind, dropping out, getting that GD, and going to some mediocre job with no high school diploma and working our lives away. But every single one of us thought, if I just hang on there for a little longer, I believe I could catch my vision and be better. And surely enough, standing before me today, we have 45 extraordinary students taking the next step into adulthood. I came to Centennial during my sophomore year because Pooter wasn't working for me. I was losing all of my senior friends, and having to make new friendships was hard. And then seeing the last of my friends leave me behind and move to a little school called Centennial, it seemed like it was a huge decision. And while more and more days passed and I skipped more and more, I didn't have the motivation to go to classes at Poudre. My friends and their families suggested I should go to Centennial. And when I got in, surprisingly, it worked out for me. I started paying attention to school, thinking about my future and what I would like to do for the rest of my life. I knew that the sooner I found out what I wanted to do, the faster I could get to work on it. We've all had different memories from our time at Centennial. There were classes, e-weeks, memories with teachers and all of the students. Last May, I was lucky enough to take a trip to the YMCA in Granby and the Dinosaur National Monument in Utah with Jerry, Katie, and Shonda, and a whole bunch of other Centennial students. There were many memories on that trip, but the one that sticks out to me the most is at Dinosaur National Monument. The first night we stayed there, a group of us wanted to go for a swim at the river. After we made our campsite, we ran and put on our swimwear and ran to the cove that we saw earlier that day. The river water was cold. Some of us got the idea that we should all get in together. At that moment, we all locked arms, walked into the middle of the freezing lake. We all started shouting, 1, 2, 3, and dove under. Holding our breaths together, I understood that we were going down together as a team. After all of us got wrapped in our towels around us, the others started getting ready to dive in, and that soon after that, we would be a group of us just walking in again. After we were all worn out, we all sat together, talking and sharing memories that we've had at Centennial. One of our graduates today, Jay Atkins, had looked up and pointed at the stars. We decided to all look up at them, which what felt like hours. I've never seen a sky full of stars like that. Now we look at our futures. We've come together through this long road, 4 years of our teenage lives over just like that. No more school, no more homework, no more class, no more having to get up on school on Mondays. There'll be no more waking up early, having to get yourself ready and going at the crack of dawn and still showing up to class. No more studying for any test and having to put in that hard work because you dozed off in class. I understand these struggles. I understand how much of an achievement this is because I know for sure every single person up on this stage has gone through one of these days. And what did we do? We looked past them. Amongst others, those struggles that have got us here today. This is why we deserve to be up here. I'd like to give a huge thanks to the staff that made it today possible for us, the people who took the time to get to know us individually, educate us, and to get the best out of them, I want to emphasize that this is the best way possible. This group of instructors, educators, and staff are the most attention-detailed, patient, inspirational individuals you will ever come by. It's not every day you will come by someone who is able to say they had an amazing high school experience. And as a student of the troubled alternative school, I can say I had the best. The challenges we've faced today were hard. Personally, I can say that these past couple of years have been very important in my life. These years at Centennial were like no other. This school prepares you to be a very grounded human being. This school prepares you for any kind of interaction you will have to find hard, stressful, and want to act out. Centennial has taught us that reacting negatively isn't always the best decision. Centennial has also taught us how to use our words, something that many people nowadays don't use. My experience has been unforgettable. From my first days and going through the Discovery program to making some of the best friendships and graduating from Discovery, to going out into the 5-period day and secretly changing your classes to have them with your new disco friends. Those were all some of the most fun times, memorable times in class and friends. New teachers too. They are also just regular people at the end of the day, just like education and are trying to do their best to make it feel like home. As we leave behind our classrooms, the laughter and even the tears, we take in something more that's just a diploma. We carry memories that shaped us together as people, who lifted us. Today is not just an ending, it's a promise. It's a promise to honor where we came from and where we believe we're going. Fellow graduates, as we step together into a new chapter, I'd like us to acknowledge the journey that's brought us here. Family, friends, thank you for taking the time to celebrate us. our class in 2025 and give us a big round of applause for catching our vision and stepping into the next circle. Thank you.
Let me find my speech. Hold on, guys. Good afternoon, family, friends, and staff, and most importantly, graduates of 2025. My name is Cami Mosier, and I am grateful for those who have given me the honor of speaking tonight. Before getting into my speech tonight, I'd like to express my gratitude to those who have supported me through my 1,149 days at Centennial, such as staff, students, friends, and family. Many who knew I didn't want to continue school anymore are sitting among this crowd today, watching me walk. Many of you have served us all with skills, wisdom, and love behind the walls of Centennial. Sorry guys, it's scary up here. For many of us, we have spent countless hexters counting down the seconds till we could be done with high school. Whether that meant to travel the world, take some time off, pursue dreams and goals, or simply just have a second to breathe. Many of us tell friends, family, and peers, I can't wait till I graduate. But now that it's here, I wish I had listened to my father telling me not to grow up so fast, to sit in the present moment. I never realized how quickly 12 years of school could go. It went from recess playing foursquare and tetherball with our childhood friends to walking past one another in the hallways with separate groups of friends, holding distant memories of our childhoods. I look around and see the family of Centennial that they have created for me and many others. For so long, I couldn't wait to leave, to have full freedom without the stress of SATs, grades, new classes that I had no clue how to do. But now I take it all back. For one more second of Tom's history lessons and lectures, Jerry's big ball tournaments, Cassidy's quote board, best joke of the day, Lenny's Take 5 debates, Mark's guitar playing on the days that he would substitute, or going to Katie and Shonda's office for a snack when we all said that we were going to the bathroom. For many of us, Centennial was a last choice, somewhere the bad kids went. Our peers told us. I quickly discovered not all rumors are true, especially about Centennial. For many of us, Centennial is a family, a place for love, fun, and comfort, a place where people for so many different backgrounds, different stories, and different mindsets can find one another, relate to each other, have a safe place to talk about their issues, and to comfort everybody. I knew Centennial was a real family when I saw how devastated our staff, students, and family were hearing the news in October of 2023 that we would be closing. Our students and staff came together to put in the effort to save our home, their safe space. When students spoke their mind peacefully and courageously to strangers, when our students were open and honest to those in the circle, what they were going through during that time. We did it tired, we did it scared, we did it when we were told that we couldn't. My peers standing here today, I've known for most for 4 years. Some of us don't speak, some haven't had classes with each other since freshman year, and others I say every single day. We all subconsciously watch one another grow up without even knowing it. It's bittersweet growing up. Nostalgia will linger of this exact moment when some of us are starting families, businesses, and other personal goals we have dreamed about since we were kids. I'm happy to be graduating with this class. I'm proud of the things I've seen my peers accomplish and separately. I'd like to end off this brief speech with a quote from your beloved Winnie the Pooh. How lucky am I that I have something that makes saying goodbye so hard. Thank you, graduates, family, and friends, for making these 4 long years something so special for all of us. Thank you.
Oh gosh. Good afternoon. My name is Lily Ellerman. The rose ceremony has been a Centennial tradition for over 30 years. The roses are a symbol of our sincere appreciation for those people that strongly supported us toward catching a vision of success in a high school diploma. We would not have made it without the changes needed and accomplished this without your love, inspiration, guidance, and sometimes kick in the butt. All the graduates have 2 roses and will come to the microphone and name the person that will receive the roses from us. After we announce the name of the rose, the name of our person, and we receive our rose, we will come down the stairs and meet you in the front of the stage. I will show you how this is done. I want to present one of my rose to my cousin Taryn because she's my biggest inspiration and my reason for staying in school and working so hard. And my other rose to her brother Jeremiah, my other cousin, because he inspires me to be a hard worker and to always do what I want and to make a good life for myself. Come get your roses.
didn't trip, Dad.
Thanks. I'm more than grateful to be graduating alongside of the 2025 graduates of Centennial, and that this is the stage that ends my journey yet starts another. I want to give my first rose to all the families that aren't here but are still watching, and I want to give my second rose to the family that is here but my sister, if she wants to come up.
Okay. My first rose I would like to dedicate to my mommy. Not only did I do this for myself, I did it in her honor. My siblings, Agustin, Adrian, and Melissa, will be receiving the rose for stepping up and taking that role. My next rose I would like to dedicate to myself because I made graduation a goal I wouldn't have given up on, and for that I am proud of myself for being up here on this stage. Please join me.
My first rose, I would like to dedicate it to both my mom and dad. Oh, I'm gonna cry. We've been through a lot of rough things, and both my parents have been there and supported me through the rough patches I've been through. And my second rose I would like to give to my two younger brothers, because without them, I don't think I would have continued to, go to school. And I don't know, I do everything for both my little brothers.
Hello, everybody. I would like to give both my roses to all my family that was able to make it today, because none of them deserved it any less than each other, so they're all a part of why I'm here right now.
It's a little terrifying up here. I'm Mackenzie. I am giving my first rose to my mom. She has been, she's my guiding light, my backbone, and the person that I aspire to be most when I grow up. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be standing up in front of all of you today. For a good amount of time, I was struggling to figure out who to give my second rose to, because there's so many people who have helped me get to where I am today. Then I remembered that there have been 3 important, constant, influential people in my life who have shaped me into the person that's standing in front of you today. My second rose is going to the three of my siblings. Since there's three of them, I decided to have one person accept it on behalf of the other two. They have had so many of their own journeys and battles growing up, but never gave up on one of the most important things in life, family. So, Megan and Mommy, will you come accept these roses?
Hello, everyone. My name is David. My first rose will go out to my mother. I'm giving my first rose to my mother because she's been with me since day one. And okay, all right, don't judge me. I can't talk. Okay, she's okay. You know what? No, I'm just kidding. No, I got it. Okay, for real, yeah, she's been there for me for a while, and she's helped me. But stop laughing. Okay, it's because if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be here today. She's the one that convinced me to go back to school, and she's also gotten me closer to my faith. And my second rose will go to my dad because he's also there for me, and he's, frankly, haven't gotten very many hours of sleep, like 2 or 3, and I was freaking out today. Wasn't sure if I was gonna go. And when I called my dad, he immediately answered, and he talked me through it, and, he really helped me. So if you guys could, come up to the front.
I would hope. My name's Adalia. I would like to present my first rose to my mom for believing in me to graduate. And then my second rose I'd like to keep for myself because I left school for a while and I ended up having a baby, and I went back to school while pregnant, and I graduated. So.
So I just want to start this off by saying, Mama, look, I did it. But also, I want to say, Mama, you've done everything for me. I literally can't be here without you. So I just want to say this rose is for you. And my second rose, if I could stop eating this, that'd be great. But my second rose is going to me because, well, I did it. So let's get it.
Hello. I would like to dedicate my first rose to both my mom and my dad. My dad has really taught me so much. I wouldn't be the man I am right now if he wasn't here. So I'd like to thank him for that. And then my mom has just shown me that there's always someone there that truly cares for me, and I'll forever be grateful for that. And then my other rose, I'm gonna dedicate it for myself because after when it's just you at night and there's no one else around, you just have yourself. I was able to just keep myself sane and be my own person that I can take control over. Thank you.
First off, I want to thank all of my family. You guys have been great support, and I wouldn't be here without you. My first rose, I would like to dedicate to Galen Lackey, my Discovery teacher. I wouldn't have made it through Discovery if it weren't for her. And my second rose, I'd like to dedicate to my late friend, Connor Kuhn Cates. I did this for you, buddy.
Hello. Wow. There's a lot of people. I am pretty nervous. I didn't really plan anything out. I'm kind of just winging it. Because speech. But my first rose, I would like to dedicate to my two best friends. They've been with me through thick and thin. No matter what, we always worked out any issues that we had. And then my second rose, I would like to give to Shonda, because even if I was having the worst day of my life, I could just go down to Shonda's and talk to her for a while until I felt better, and then go back to class and feel good about myself. Thank you.
Hi. My first rose I am going to dedicate to the school because I don't handle freedom very well, and I like to do my own thing, and I like to go my own pace, and the teachers here really understand that, and they really help you grow, and I really appreciate it. Oh, I'm not gonna cry. My next rose I am going to give to my mother because I wouldn't be here without her. She really pushed me to go to school, even when I just wanted to stay in bed. And she is just the light that pushes my way through for me. So would you please come meet me so you can get your rose?
Hi, I'm giving my first rose to my sister, Haley, and my brother-in-law, AJ. I chose them for this rose because Haley is the reason that I came to Centennial. She supported me my entire time. I was there no matter what, through everything. And I wanted to give this rose to AJ as well because he has supported me as well. And he's opened his home to me, and he has been an incredible brother-in-law. Thank you. And my second rose is going to my Grandma Pauline and my Uncle Matt. I chose them because they played a big part in making me who I am today. My Grandma P not only taught me how to read, but she helped mold me into the person that I am today. She taught me all of my core values, and she taught me what it means to be a good person. And my uncle is my best friend, always has been, and some of my greatest childhood memories are with you. Thank you.
When do I talk? When do I talk? Yeah, when do I talk? And then when she comes back up? You go now? Where? Yeah. Yo, what's up? My name is Damien. I'm like a 10. I'm very excited, you know. Big accomplishment here. Let's give it up for our seniors. Yesterday, I choked. I cried. So there's a few people I need to thank because you weren't here. Andro, I love you, dog. For real, bro. You're my brother. I got you. I'm trying to be quick because I like to talk a lot. So, Jabba, I love you, dog. We spent all year together, bro. And, like, you're a great friend. Cassidy, Robert, all you guys, I love you guys. Y'all are a big piece of my heart. But I want to give my first rose to my sister because she's been my motivation for a lot of things in my life. And for my second rose, I want to give it to my mom because like I said yesterday, you could have gave up on me a long time ago and you didn't. So I love you. Thank you. Come get your rose, please.
My name is Josh. I want to give my first rose to my mom and my family, and I want to give my second rose to my dad since he couldn't be here. If my mom could come up, thank you.
Hey, we did it, Oscar. Yes, sir. Hey, again, like Damien said, another round of applause for the graduates, please. We love these guys. We love you, teachers. You guys are great. I'll make it short and sweet. I'm going to give my first rose to my mom and dad. You know, I love them. I'm kidding. I'm sorry. And then my second one to my sister, because she gave me one for her, so I got to do it again, so, you know. Come get your rose.
My name is Fernando. I would like to give my first rose to my mother. You're my everything. I couldn't do anything without you, and I appreciate you. And then my second rose, I would like to give to my sister, just because for the dad role, you're the fucking best at it, dude. You're the best person. Please come down here and meet me. Thank you.
My name's Maya. I'd like to give my first rose to my mom and dad because they have never wanted anything but the best for me, and they have continued to try and give me the best, although I have not given them very many reasons to. And I would like to give my second rose to Beth and Cassidy. Cassidy, I had you the first Hexter I got out of Discovery. Beth, I had you a couple Hexters later. Both of you have believed in me full blown since the first time you had me in class. And I'm forever grateful. So thank you all. I guess meet me down here.
My name is Lila. I'd like to give my first rose to my mom and my Nana and Papa, and my second rose to my dad and Grandma and Grandpa, who couldn't be here today.
I'm Caitlin. I want to give my first rose to my mom and my dad. We've been through a lot, and you guys have always stuck with me, and I know how really hard that is, but I love you guys. I want to give my second rose to my big brother. Freshman year was not good for me, and you made it a lot better and a lot easier for me. I really appreciate that. So if you want to meet me.
Hi, my name is Nature, and I've really had 3 core friends who have helped me throughout my high school experience. And you know what they say, the people you surround yourself with really make who you are. So I'd like to dedicate this first rose to my best friend Ethan, and I'd like to dedicate this second rose to my other best friends Soren and Bug. I love you guys so much.
My name is David, and I want to give both of my roses to my parents because this family has been through hell and back over and over and over. But if anything, you guys never left. Both of you are going through a lot of medical issues and have already gone through countless procedures. And even through all that, you guys never stopped providing for me and my siblings. And so, Mom and Dad, these are for you.
have another really long, kind of sappy speech again, because if I don't read it off this, I will cry, and we're not going to do that. Okay, hi again, guys. My name is Cami Mosier, and I'd like to present my roses tonight to two extremely important people who have helped me get where I am tonight. Oh, God, I'm crying. I'd like to dedicate my first rose to my older brother, Cody Mosier. Cody has continuously persevered with me through this journey. As goes with most younger siblings, Cody has been my biggest role model. I look up to Cody every day. I admire his level head, his relaxed tone, his effective way to communicate with his family and peers, and how he can put his pride aside every day to make someone's day better or ease a situation. Whether through long car rides with me, making me laugh after we had an argument, and apologizing and talking it out, to taking me shopping for new clothes, making sure my outfits always look good before going out with friends, picking me up when I had no ride, being my lock and key to all things I could ever need to say privately, and finally, pushing me to move across the country this fall to pursue my dreams, and being my best friend through every single life event I have or will ever have. Cody is there. Cody continued to show up through addiction, breakup, separation, and more. Cody is someone who shows up. I'm so beyond lucky to have a best friend like Cody. I'm beyond proud of who you have become, and so excited to see what life brings forth to you. I hope one day everybody has a Cody in their lives to brighten their world up. Thank you for being my rock through all 18 years on this earth and many more. Okay, guys, wiggle it out. My second rose is dedicated to my wonderful father, Dennis Mosier. My dad has had it hard since he was little, having me and my brother so very young and eventually raising us solo. My dad never stopped loving us, even through his own trials and tribulations. My dad has always stepped up, even if at the time we didn't think that we wanted him to. I've had such a rocky relationship with my father for so long. I am so fortunate now to have a father who is unconditional with his love to me and my brother and everybody else who knows him, who has learned to take a step back and listen to others, who continuously works long and hard hours to help me move, even when I know deep down it's really hard for him. I'm so lucky to have the opportunity to have a parent who will always step up. My dad acts as a father to everyone around me, whether it was boyfriends, families who needed a place to stay, friends who needed a place to stay, or just to come sit on the patio and hang out. And boy, does he do such an amazing job at being a father. I'm so proud of how far you have come these last few years. Thank you for being my dad, for teaching me it's okay to make mistakes, for letting me express myself freely without fear of judgment, and for loving me and everyone around you unconditionally. Okay, if you can meet me at the bottom of the stage and to Cody to see the tattoo that I got for you and my dad.
Hi, my name is Lauren Nudell. My first rose is dedicated to both my parents. They're my biggest supporters, and they introduced me to Centennial, and it has been such a great resource for me, and I love you both so much. And my second rose is going to my two best friends, Emma and Leah. You are the most beautiful humans I know, inside and out, and you've gotten me through such hard times. And I will meet you guys at the front.
Hey, I'd like to give my first rose to my beautiful family. Thank you guys so much for coming and for loving me and supporting me. And my second one would have to go to Melinda and Jackie. I don't know if you're here, Jackie, but I love you so much, and thank you guys for getting me through school.
Hello. Wow, it is a lot of people. I'd like to give. Oh, I'd like to give my first rose to my mom because no matter how far apart we've been, Colorado to Georgia, it's a big distance, but no matter how far we've been, you've always been there for me, and you've always helped me, and you've always been a good shoulder to lean my head on, good person to talk to. You've helped me with everything, so thank you for everything, Mom. And then for my second rose, I'd like to give it to my girlfriend, Avery, because whenever I've struggled, whenever I've stopped trying my hardest, you've always pushed me to keep going and keep trying harder, and you've been the one person to do that every single day, so thank you both very much.
Hi. So I'd like to give my first rose to my mom and grandma for always being there and helping me. And I'd like to give my second rose to my dad for always driving me to school and helping me with other stuff. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Asher. I'd like to give my first rose to my dad, cause okay, I'm gonna cry. Cause even though we had it really rough for a little bit, and I was kind of a piece of crap for a little bit, he still, loved me through all of it, and never gave up on me, even though I thought for the longest time that he should. He never did. And I just really appreciate that because I didn't think I deserved that for a while, but he showed me that I did. And then the second rose I would like to dedicate to my brother. He's not here. He passed recently. But I wouldn't be at this school, really, if it wasn't for him. And I wouldn't care this much about graduating if it wasn't for just the thought that maybe he'd be happy for me, and because he also graduated from here. And the last time I was in the same building, actually, it was when he was walking across the stage. And so I just wanted to give the other one to him. And then, to my dad. So come here, Dad.
For my first rose, I'd like to thank all of my grandparents for being here and supporting me through everything. And then for my second rose, I would like to give that to my mother because she encouraged me to go to Centennial and helped convince all the other members of my family to let me go here. And so I probably wouldn't be here without you, Mom. Thank you. And then as just a quick little honorable mention, I'd like to thank Beth, Megan, and Andy for always being there for me, and y'all are great teachers. Keep doing what you do. Thank you.
I'm Thompson, and the first person I'd like to give a rose to is my dad, because he's like one of the only family members that's like been there for me my whole life. And then the second people I would like to give a rose to are all my friends, because they have also been there with me my whole life. Some of them as long as like 4th grade, so that's pretty long. So thank you to those people. Come get your flower.
When I first came to Centennial, my dad said the teachers are like the Avengers. They have the best of the best. The teachers at Centennial all run their classrooms differently, with different layers of discipline and different levels of humor. Something they all have in common is how deeply they care for the students and their ability to be flexible with different learning styles. Throughout my time at Centennial, I've looked up to the teachers and how they go through life. I've learned to be comfortable in my skin and how to care for myself. I admire Cassidy's ability to stand up for herself in the most respectful but meaningful way possible. Tom's teaching style, and humor that somehow taught me to enjoy history. I am thankful for Kyle, Galen, and Jackie, who saw me as a good kid when I was making terrible choices and gave me chance after chance at Centennial. I'm also thankful for the Beth Show that would cheer me up anytime I wasn't having a good day. That being said, I would like to give my first rose to Centennial and the magic it worked in my life, and my second rose to my dad, who's probably bawling his eyes out right now.
Hello, everyone. I'm going to say this short and straightforward. I'd like to dedicate my first rose to 2 teachers. These 2 teachers has really made an impact on my academic journey. Molly and Connor, thank you guys for sharing your light upon me on a day-to-day basis. And I want you guys to keep on spreading positivity and kindness everywhere you guys go. Thank you. I'd like to dedicate my next rose to my mom. She's helped me through a lot. Prior to CHS, I was having trouble, connecting with the school and the students, and she's made the decision to look for a new school, alternative school, and this was probably the best decision I've made. Thank you.
I'd like to dedicate my first rose to my mom and dad. You know, my mom's always been there for me. When I first came to Centennial, I lost my dad, and then in the middle of it, my mom, she got sick. She beat breast cancer twice. and you know, she's always been there for me. And I just wish my dad could be here. But my next rose, I'd like to dedicate it to my 2 sisters and my beautiful girlfriend. Yeah, my older sister's my role model. She's always been there for me. Yeah, and my little sister, I love you to death, Lexi. And Hannah, you're always there for me. I love you. And yeah, thank you. And also, I want to just say the teachers, Cassidy, Beth, Jackie, Blythe, all you guys, thank you for making the school so cool. And I love you guys too.
I would like to dedicate my first rose to my grandmother, Betty Lowry. You are the strongest woman I know, and you are the best support I could have ever asked for these trying 4 years of my time. My second rose I would like to dedicate to Lega. Every time I've had a rough day in school, or I feel like I can't continue to keep going on anymore, you've been there for me. You check in on me and make sure I'm okay. Thank you.
Okay. I might cry too, so bear with me. My first rose is to my mom. Mama, you have done so much for our family. From pulling yourself through college as a single mom of 4 to being a director at that same college is amazing. I'm so proud of you. You are the most brilliant, intelligent woman I know, and I will look up to you always. I love you so much. And my second rose is to my stepdad. Unfortunately, you weren't the father I was born to, but you will always be my dad. I love you so much, and all the work you do for our family, it does not go unnoticed. We're all so thankful for you, and you are the best dad that any of me and my siblings could have asked for. Thank you for everything you give to us every day. I love you so much. Thank you. And without you two, I wouldn't be able to say that I made it. I graduated, and I did it for you too. I love you guys so much.
I would like to dedicate my first rose to my sister Rachel, who introduced me to this school when I was 7, and my mom couldn't get a babysitter for a couple days, and I had to go with my older sister throughout her school day. And I even remember at the time, Galen, Cassidy, I actually don't remember much, but I do remember how excited she was to bring me around like a little trophy, and how all the teachers were just like, it was so fun. And God rest her soul. And I would like to dedicate my second rose to my mommy for pushing me and getting me out of bed to get here, even though it didn't work a lot of the times, but I still got here. So thank you. Please come in.
Hey everybody, I'm Michael, and I just wanted to say, first off, it's a privilege and an honor to graduate. Not a lot of people get to do that, and so I always got to be grateful for what I got. But it's also even more so a blessing to graduate from Centennial specifically, because there's not a school like it in the world. So thank you, Centennial. Thank you guys. And for these 2 roses, I want to give the first one to my family, all the way from John and Ronan, all the way to my grandma and grandpa. So when that comes up, you got you. The second rose, my father, when I was young, he passed away, and he's always, he's my best buddy. So I don't just have one father in heaven, but I have 2, because thank you, Jesus, and God, thank you, seriously. So that's what this goes to them. I'll have John come up, and if you guys can just pass the rose all the way down the family so everyone gets to hold it, from John to Grandma. Thank you.
I don't know about you guys, but it's hot up here. Like Damien said, when me and Damien get started in a conversation, we can go on forever. You can ask all the staff, all the students. It's always a great time. But I'm gonna try to keep it short and sweet, because we're all trying to get off this stage. It's so hot up here. I want to give out a few thanks to some teachers, though. I want to thank Robert for always keeping me accountable and always pushing me to do my best and complete what I need to do and get things done. Jabba, thank you for having a lot of patience with me. I know I'd make you push assignments, but I'm sorry about that. It was always a fun time in your class. Lega, it was always fun. It was always fun reading in your class. I like the books, like the big books that you pick out. Those are cool. Tom, I want to thank you, but I don't want to thank. I fell asleep too many times, man. But most of all, I want to thank hold on, Cassidy. I'm sorry to all the teachers for when I said I was going to go to the bathroom and go to the office, and I just went to Cassidy's and got snacks. But Jerry, the best, low-key, the best times I had at Centennial were with you and in the gym. I'll always remember those times. But for the roses, my first rose is dedicated to my grandpa. He's no longer with us, but I would like my grandma to meet me up here and take his rose for me. And then I also want to thank my mom and my sisters and my homie Dom. He's not even a homie, he's like a brother. But I want to thank all of them for pushing me to do my most, do my best, and pushing me all the way and to where I'm here right now. Thank you guys.
How special are all these students up here? Welcome once again to our Centennial families, friends, staff, and special guests. And thank you to Superintendent Kingsley, Assistant Superintendent Chaplin, Cabinet, and board members who are here in support of our amazing students this afternoon. Without the ongoing support of each of you and everyone here tonight, we would not be here today. To the class of 2025, what a privilege it is to stand before you tonight as your proud principal. As many of you know, I started at Centennial at the beginning of this school year, and while I was not afforded the opportunity to get to know each of these students as well as I would have liked, or as well as many of our staff members have, I do want to recognize and thank each of them for the insight and knowledge they have imparted on me as part of their journey. Who knew what the discovery skills were, what it meant to practice the 6 Ps, what was involved in a stairway conversation or about the importance of eWeek? Who knew what occurred on a Learning Monday? How special were the stairway graduations? How important traditions like first day barbecues, the zombie crawl, pancakes and bowling, or the community Thanksgiving feast could possibly be? Or what it meant to catch the vision toward graduation. These students did. These students knew all of these things and more because they were and are the Centennial High School culture keepers. They are the true dragons. I want each student and family member to reflect on the journey it took to get to this moment today. And I want you to think about what it truly means to be a Centennial High School dragon. I'm not talking about our school mascot or the dragons from fairy tales, but the real kind that earn their wings through effort and overcoming difficult challenges. Dragons symbolize power. They represent something earned, power born from persistence, wisdom earned through perseverance, and the kind of strength that doesn't come from ease, but from fire. An ancient proverb says, the strongest steel is forged in the hottest fire. So too is character, and sometimes becoming the dragon means walking through the flames first. Students, you have walked through the flames again and again, and at a time of uncertainty, mistrust, change, and challenge, you didn't just survive these past few years, you were forged by them. With regard to persistence, Brené Brown, a researcher and author, once said, "Success is not about never failing. It is about showing up, staying in it, and having the persistence to try and try again, even when you don't feel like it." Students, persistence is what drove you to face the disappointments, to rewrite, to retry, to ask questions, and to show up on the days it would have been easier to disappear. Persistence is what allowed you to do hard things, not once, not twice, but again and again. It is what helped you face fears, push through setbacks, and still choose to show up with fire in your chest and purpose in your heart. Persistence is what will also carry you through life so that you can continue showing up and flying through all of life's obstacles. Perseverance is similar in that it is the willingness to keep going even when things are hard or unfair. Newt Gingrich said, "Perseverance is the hard work you do after you get tired of doing the hard work you already did." And students, you definitely have done the hard work, pushing through the small and significant moments to grow academically, emotionally, and personally, to be able to rise and to sometimes rise again after falling. Perseverance is what carried you through school when the motivation ran out, and it is what will continue to guide you as you explore new places and embark on new adventures. And finally, the fire is what shaped you into who you are today. Sometimes that fire came out as frustration or doubt, but as you transformed and embraced your inner fire, it emerged more as passion, purpose, and pride. You faced the fire within and you learned to command it, which is what being a dragon is all about. You now get to choose how and when to let it burn. In the words of Rumi, set your life on fire. Seek those who fan your flames. Dragons, as you set forth on your next journey, whether it's college, travel, the military, a job, or something completely unknown, know this: the world will try to slay the dragons. It will test you. It will throw wind at your wings. It will create obstacles and cast doubt. It will try to make you burn down the bridges that you've built, and it will underestimate all that you have overcome and become. But I want you to remember this: you have found the dragon within yourself. You have already faced storms, and you have persisted. You have already persevered and climbed mountains you never thought were achievable. And you have discovered and awakened in you a fire that no obstacle can take away. I hope you use your fire to light the paths of many, to ignite change, to burn away barriers for yourself and others, to warm the world with your creativity and kindness, and to fuel your ambition to achieve greatness. Class of 2025, let the world hear your wings and let it feel your fire. And if you ever face a time when you feel like giving up, I hope you look back at this moment and remind yourself of who you are. You are not just a graduate. You are a dragon. Never stop rising. Congratulations. Superintendent Kingsley, I certify to you that in addition to succeeding at overcoming many obstacles and developing necessary life skills, these graduates have also met or exceeded all academic requirements as set forth by the Board of Education. I hereby present to you the class of 2025.
Good afternoon, everybody. You made me rewrite my entire speech. I was moved by you today. Members of the board, Principal Locke, Mo, esteemed colleagues and staff, families, and most importantly, the class of 2025. This is what love looks and feels like. Would you agree? Yeah. Hugo, you love this microphone, and you're really comfortable with it. I want to say thank you for leading us off today, because I think this is actually one of the first ever dual language openings of a graduation ceremony in our district's history. To Sarah, who sang the Star Spangled Banner, what a voice. Let's give Sarah a round of applause. Alexis, Michael, Helen, Lily, you were amazing up here tonight. Fernando and Cami, as you told your stories, it's hard to believe that a year or so ago, you didn't want to go to school anymore. And here you're comfortably speaking with confidence to hundreds of people. We're proud of you. Thank you for being you. Cami mentioned something in her speech that resonated with me, and I think the context was maybe about reputation and perception. She said that not all rumors are true. Where's Cami? You said that, right? Let me be clear. This school, you all, as graduates, you represent the absolute best of us. The absolute best of us. I believe you represent the best of humanity, and it's because of your strength. You also know that you didn't get here alone. I think that's what the symbolism behind these roses and the exchange of who you chose to give them to and lead them to really meant. You have all climbed a very steep ladder, while also recognizing that there are other people in this world that their ladder is not steep. In some instances, some have their ladders flat on the ground. rather than complaining about that, worrying about that, you kept climbing. In my opinion, that's what the road less traveled means. I also think, I'm going to make sure I get his name right. That's why Fernando was right. He said that you deserve to be here. Heck yeah, all of you do. I also want to let Fernando know you are the first young person that has ever made me cry while cussing in an auditorium. Cammie, I also want to say that you are my first ever tattoo reveal at a commencement ceremony. I'd be lying to you all if I wasn't a bit nervous, but I'm glad we got through that together. All joking aside, I'll get back to what I prepared for tonight. You know, over the past weeks, I've had the privilege of speaking with students across all of our high schools, including several of our classmates here at Centennial, your classmates. These conversations are always the highlight of this season for me. You know, hearing your stories, your dreams, your reflections, there's no greater reminder of why we all do this work. I walk away every time super proud, humbled, and incredibly hopeful. I still feel that way tonight. Every one of you began your high school years under circumstances that nobody would have predicted. You stepped into ninth grade after a global pandemic that had upended the world. You were wearing masks and quarantines, remote learning, and you didn't just navigate that uncertainty, you emerged from it. I guess that's why you're dragons. With strength, compassion, and purpose. You are living proof of what it means to be resilient. And today you walk across the stage in a few moments, not just as graduates, but as leaders shaped by challenge, bonded by experience, and prepared for whatever comes next. You know, at Centennial, that resilience has looked like choosing to show up, even when it was really hard. Like Lily shared with me, who made the most powerful decision to return to school and finish what she started. Like Asher and Tommy, who found new motivation and pride through the support of their peers and their teachers. Halen, you've shown that people are capable of more than others might expect, and that your kindness and strength are living proof. And Sarah, the self-worth that you've built is a reminder that graduation is more than an academic milestone. It's a personal one. You've created something unique here. Centennial doesn't feel like just a school. As one of your classmates said, it feels like a home. You know each other's names, you check in on each other, and the laughter, the kind that comes from inside jokes, unexpected talent shows, or the occasional save some air for the rest of us during a yawn, reminds us that the joy lives here too. These stories matter because they show us what school is really about. It's not just about knowledge, but connection. Not just finishing, but growing. You've reminded us that when we build trust and belonging in a school, we build a foundation that lasts far beyond graduation. You know, in our school district, we believe that every single student should graduate with options. We want our students to be literate and skilled, supported in their mental health, seen for who they are, and confident in where they're going. And while not every graduate in front of us today may know all of their next steps yet, whether it's cosmetology, college, becoming a vet, making music, or simply figuring out the next right thing, what's clear is that all of you know that you want to make a difference and you want to be happy. So let that be your guide. As you move forward, don't forget the advice that you gave to me to share with those who are coming up behind you. Show up. Ask questions. Talk to your teachers. Take care of your mental health. And maybe most of all, don't put off all the work that you can actually do today. Every moment in class, every small conversation, every step forward, you shared with me that it counts. I agree. Class of 2025, our world, it needs you. It needs your courage, your empathy, your willingness to lead and to listen. It needs your voice, your curiosity, and your heart. Congratulations, Centennial High School Graduates, we're so proud of you, and we can't wait to see the future that you build. Let's give them a round of applause. Principal Locke, hi. I am honored to accept the 2025 graduates of Centennial High School. Board of Education, President Draper, as the superintendent, the proud superintendent of the Poudre School District, I now present to you the Centennial High School class of 2025. Congratulations, y'all.
As president of the Poudre School District Board of Education, and on behalf of the entire Board of Education, it is my honor to confer diplomas upon you, the Centennial High School class of 2025. Congratulations.
Jada Atkins. Talon Atkins. Fatima Avalos Acosta. Helen Avalos Fuentes. Nolan John Baxendale. Mackenzie Bach. David Leon Brooks. Adalia Rosa Maria Burgos. Tyler Hayes Burkett. Isaac Alberto Castillo Gill. Devin Carter Cordova Babnick. Leah Kozad. Helen Marie Davis. Lily Sky Ellerman. Alexis Ann Garcia. Damian Allen Garcia. Josh Gelfeld. Hugo Gonzalez Vanegas. Fernando Gonzalez Martinez. Maya Regina Hollingshed. Lila Holmes. Caitlin Riley Jones.
Emily Kozakiewicz. Nature Anemnesis Luster Hermans. David Michael McFetridge. Cami Lee Mosier. Lauren Elizabeth Nudell. Abriana Rose Pacheco. Gabe Roberts. Theo Hunter Roth. Asher Ruby Ruiz. Caleb James Sugar. Thompson James Wingo Shuttleworth. Sarah Ann Thomas. Alejandro Urena Magdaleno. Thomas Daniel Velasquez. Jathan Lucas Vickers. Milo Raven Welchman. McKenna Ryan Woolworth. Evan Michael Wormus. Esteban Carlos Zaraga Jr. III. and Sydney Zweibeck.
Good afternoon. My name is David McFetridge. It is an honor and Sorry. I was like, I don't know if y'all saw it. I was kind of freaking out up there in my chair. I'm so nervous. I'm sorry. Alright. Okay. So, once again, my name is David McFetridge. It is an honor and great privilege to be standing before you today presenting the class of 2025. The transition from high school into our next vision is a big step, and I know each and every one of us will land that plane with pride. Moving our tassels from right to the left is symbolic, closing one door in order to open another. I ask the seniors of 2025 to stand. Please, if you all would follow me in changing our tassel from the right to the left. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, please join me in recognizing the Centennial High School class of 2025.
Lord. Yeah, we're good. Hi, I'm Halen Davis, and I am feeling like a 5, and I am feeling so excited. I hear y'all giggling. We want to thank you, all of you, for attending our graduation ceremony. The word is commencement. Commencement is used in graduation ceremonies. Commencement means the beginning, and graduation is the end. So thank you to the English language for the confusion. On behalf of the class of 2025, I want to thank you for sharing our success with us this evening as we graduate from our vision only to commence to new ones. Dr. Seuss said it very well. Congratulations, graduates. Today is your day. You're off to great places. You're off and away. You have brains in your head. You have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself in any direction you choose.
Doctor Zul lo dijo muy bien. Felicidades, graduados. Hoy es tu día. Te vas a grandes lugares, te vas y te vas. Tienes cerebro en la cabeza, tienes los pies en los zapatos, puedes dirigirte en cualquier dirección que elijas.
Please let us proceed through the aisles. We will meet our families and friends in the lobby or outside. Thank you for your support. Have a good night.